So many people moving to Oshawa don't realize just how much it's changed over the past 5 years. I live here, I work here, and even I still get surprised by a new development or warehouse that seems to pop up out of nowhere. These changes add up, and over time they can completely shift the feel of a neighborhood, how it functions, and what it's actually like to live there. In this video, I'm breaking down 4 areas in Oshawa that have changed dramatically and what you need to know before you buy a home there. I'm Jessie McClellan, and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario. If you like getting an unfiltered look into our real estate market and want to stay up to date on everything happening here, then subscribe to the channel. And if you're planning a move and want to talk through your situation or get your questions answered, there's a link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. The first area on the list is the Winfields community. Winfields has seen some major growth in the past decade, but in the last 5 years, we've also really seen that area start to take shape. Now, I've made videos before about the best areas of Oshawa and some areas that you might want to avoid, and Winfields has made my list of areas that I don't typically recommend. It's not that Winfields is a bad area, it's just that usually it's not the right fit for the people that I work with. Most of the people who reach out to me through these videos are young couples or families coming here from Toronto or the surrounding cities, and they're often prioritizing things like safety, affordability, and getting more space. In this area, the more affordable homes are usually condo apartments or 3-story townhomes, which don't offer much in terms of backyard space. That's one reason why I usually don't recommend it. It might not check the boxes for you if those are your priorities. And likewise, if your budget is in line with what some of the large family homes are selling for up there, around the $1 million mark, there are so many options to explore in all areas of Oshawa. However, over the last 5 years, Winfields has seen some major changes. While it's always been a hotspot for students and investors because of its proximity to Durham College, it's quickly growing and becoming what many people are calling the new Oshawa. Here's a map from 2020. At that point, Winfields was already a growing community, but it still lacked the everyday things that residents need. People living there often had to travel outside of the area just to get groceries or takeout. Fast forward to the latest satellite images, which were taken in July of 2024, and the change is very noticeable. While new homes and condo buildings have continued to go up, the biggest impact has come from all of the new shopping and amenities. You'll now find fast food, restaurants, grocery stores, banks, barbers, and one of my favorite things, of course, the new Costco. And right on Winchester Road is the new food truck corral, which runs from May 1st to the end of October, with about 10 different food trucks that have some really interesting options. So now people living in Winfields don't have to leave the neighborhood for everyday essentials as often. And it's only going to keep growing. Now, things to know about this area: there is a fairly high rental density. You're a lot more likely to have neighbors who are renting out rooms to students or entire homes that have been converted into student rentals. And depending on where you are in Winfields, you might notice more noise, more traffic, and just more activity in general. There are also some people who have concerns about the crime rate in this area. So I pulled up the map from the Durham Regional Police website. This is the violent crime map, and you can see the 2 hot spots are right around the 3-story townhomes and the condo apartment buildings. These also happen to be the more affordable housing options in Winfields and where a lot of the student rentals are located. The property crime map is a little less red and a little more spread out. Now, in my opinion, most of the crime that happens here is probably targeted or more likely to happen in areas with a high student population. And you're probably less likely to deal with things like people trying to steal stuff from your yard or break into your car. But again, that's just my personal take. If you're looking specifically for a newer home in a growing area that has public transit nearby and easy access to the 407, you might like the feel of Winfields, and it could be a good option for you. And there are new public schools and secondary schools being built, which is a bonus for families. But while we're at the north end of the city, I think the next area we need to talk about is Kedron. Kedron is probably one of Oshawa's largest areas by land size, if not the largest, but 5 years ago, the only homes were in this little pocket off of Britannia Avenue, right next to Winfields. I've always preferred this pocket in Kedron over Winfields because it has a similar feel in terms of newer built homes, but there are fewer student rentals and it has more of a family-oriented vibe. It's also very close to all of the new shopping in Winfields, but with fewer of the downsides that can come from being right next to the college and university. But a lot can change in 5 years, and Kedron has changed a lot. We now have multiple new subdivisions that have been built with plenty more to come. Basically, everywhere you see this light colored dirt is where new homes are going to be built, and a lot of them are already starting to fill in. This area is going to look completely different in the next 5 to 10 years. It's going to go from mostly farmland and fields to mostly subdivisions. There's already a good mix of brand new 2-story townhomes, 3-story townhomes, and detached homes. Looking at the crime maps, it shows up as one of the lowest reported crime areas in Oshawa, but keep in mind this area is still growing, so there are fewer people here at the moment. There aren't many downsides to this area, but for some people, the few that exist might be deal breakers. First, with the exception of that original pocket closer to Winfields, all of the homes here are newer, and you're going to pay a premium for that. If you're okay with that, great, but it's important to understand that the premium only lasts while the home is new. 5-10 years from now, they won't command that same price point just for being new anymore. The other thing to be aware of is with all of the land around here set to be developed, you're likely going to be surrounded by construction for a long time. There's going to be noise, dirt, and all of the things that come along with being in a brand new neighborhood. If you're looking at a home that backs onto a field, chances are that field will be houses in a few years. So definitely don't overpay for homes backing onto green space unless it's protected, because odds are it's not staying that way. Also, if you have kids or plan on having kids, definitely look into the school zones. The homes east and west of Harmony Road feed into different schools, which are all factors to consider. The next area is the Eastdale community, specifically 2 neighborhoods just off of Town Line Road. There are some new homes that were built off of Kettering Drive, and then the larger new subdivision off of Schenkel Road. There's also a small cluster of 3-story townhomes on Bradenton Path, and the rest are mostly larger detached homes. The townhomes aren't traditional condo townhomes, but they do have a monthly fee of about $130, which covers things like garbage pickup and snow removal. The most noticeable change has been for the people who already lived in that area, especially along El Dorado Avenue. Just a few years ago, many of those homes backed onto farmland. Now El Dorado connects directly into the new subdivision, and those residents went from a quiet street backing onto a field to a lot more traffic and new homes right behind them. It's a good reminder, if you're looking at a home that backs onto green space, always check who owns the land and what it's zoned for. If it's not protected green space, it could very well be developed at any time, even if it's been empty for decades. Also, check the school zones very carefully if you're looking here. It's a bit of a strange setup. The closest public school is Vincent Massey, and it serves most of the area except for those new streets. The new streets are actually split between Gordon B. Addersley and Harmony Heights, which are a little farther away, and your kids may not go to school with other kids on the same street, and they may need to be bused into school. Both violent crime and property crime are very low here. It's definitely a safe, family-friendly area. And the last area is Central Oshawa. I almost didn't include this one because I've talked about it in other videos and I've been pretty vocal about it. My opinion is that it's improving and that good things are happening here, but it's still not somewhere that I would personally want to live or recommend to someone unless they really understand the potential pros and cons. Downtown Oshawa has had some great improvements over the past few years, new restaurants, new concert venues, and all of that is helping make downtown more enjoyable and more attractive. But at the same time, between COVID, the huge spike in home and rental prices, and a lack of affordable housing, we've seen more visible homelessness and addiction struggles downtown. And I'm not trying to be harsh, and I don't think that there is a quick, easy fix, but it's something that you should be aware of and not everybody would be comfortable with. Here's the crime map for Central Oshawa. Both the property crime map and the violent crime map have major hotspots around the downtown core. Most of the violent crime takes place along Simcoe Street, and property crime is more spread out across King, Bond, and the surrounding blocks. This large red area is where most people tend to avoid, especially in the section of Simcoe south of King down to Bloor. It's not a well-developed area, and there's a lot of people who are unfortunately going through really tough situations. If you live in Central Oshawa, especially near that core, you're more likely to deal with people going through your property, taking packages off your porch, or trying to get into your cars at night. That's just the current state of that part of the city, unfortunately. That said, even though there hasn't been a ton of new development downtown in the past 5 years, there are a lot of projects on the way. There are plans for condo apartments, purpose-built rentals, and more commercial space. And I've actually covered many of them in a separate video, so I'll link that one in the description if you want to check it out. I still believe there's potential for this area to turn around over the next 5 to 10 years. I may not recommend buying here right now, but I do recommend supporting the businesses downtown and checking out a concert, a hockey game, or one of the restaurants. It makes for a really fun night out without having to go too far. Every neighborhood in Oshawa has its own personality, and you just need to find the right fit for you. Watching videos like these is a great way to educate yourself, and I can promise you're already way ahead of the majority of buyers who are out there house shopping right now. Educated buyers make smart, informed decisions, so keep watching videos like these, keep learning about the areas you're interested in, and when the time's right for you, work with someone who has your best interests at heart and is knowledgeable on the areas you're interested in, hopefully knowing a bit about their past, present, as well as some things to consider for the future. If you're considering moving to Durham region and you'd like help finding the right home in the right neighborhood for you, click the link in the description to book a call at whatever time works best for you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!